In an exclusive update, the Chicago Bulls GM has hinted at a potential move to hire rising star Cooper Flagg. What does this mean for the future of the Bulls and Flagg's role? Get the inside scoop on this exciting development and how it could impact the team's strategy. Stay ahead of the curve with all the latest Chicago Bulls news. Hit that subscribe button now for breaking updates and in-depth analysis. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. All right, let's cut to the chase. We've got some earth-shattering news that's about to rock the NBA world. In an exclusive interview, Chicago Bulls general manager Mark Eversley has opened up about the team's interest in none other than the high school phenom, Cooper Flagg. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, Cooper Flagg is the most hyped prospect since LeBron James. This 6'8" forward from Maine has been turning heads with his jaw-dropping performances at Montverde Academy, and he's widely projected to be the number 1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. But here's where it gets interesting, folks. The Bulls, who've been in dire need of a franchise-altering talent, seem to have their sights set on young Flagg. And we've got the inside scoop straight from the horse's mouth. Now, I know what you're thinking. But wait, the Bulls don't have the number 1 pick. And you're right. As of now, Chicago is projected to have a mid-lottery pick in the upcoming draft. So, how exactly are they planning to land the most coveted prospect in years? Well, buckle up, Bulls fans, because this is where things get really interesting. According to our sources close to the organization, the Bulls front office is reportedly crafting an elaborate plan to position themselves for a shot at Flagg. This could involve a combination of strategic trades, aggressive asset accumulation, and possibly even tanking in the 2024-2025 season. But let's break this down piece by piece and examine the potential implications for the Bulls and the NBA landscape as a whole. First off, let's talk about Cooper Flagg himself. This kid is the real deal, folks. At just 17 years old, he's already drawing comparisons to NBA superstars like Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. His combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ is truly generational. Just look at these highlights. The way he moves on the court, his shot blocking ability, his three-point range, it's no wonder NBA executives are salivating at the prospect of adding him to their roster. But here's the kicker, Flagg isn't just a physical specimen. He's got the intangibles that make scouts and GMs weak at the knees. His work ethic is off the charts, his leadership qualities are beyond his years, and he's got the kind of competitive fire that reminds many of a young Michael Jordan. Now, let's circle back to the Bulls and their apparent interest in Flagg. This isn't just a pipe dream, folks. The Bulls have been quietly positioning themselves for a major move over the past few seasons. They've stockpiled draft picks, maintained flexibility with their salary cap, and have been carefully evaluating their current roster. All signs point to a franchise that's gearing up for something big. Let's explore some possible scenarios. The trade package of the century. The Bulls could look to package multiple future first-round picks, young talents like Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu, and even star players like Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan to move up in the draft. This would be a bold, all-in move that would reshape the franchise overnight. The long game. Chicago could play the long game, intentionally positioning themselves for a high lottery pick in 2025. This would involve some tough decisions, like potentially trading away current stars and embracing a full rebuild. The draft night surprise. The Bulls could work behind the scenes to orchestrate a draft night trade, similar to what we've seen with other top picks in recent years. This would require having the right assets and finding a willing trade partner. The free agency pitch. While Flagg is still years away from free agency, the Bulls could start laying the groundwork now. Building a young, competitive core and creating a culture that appeals to top talent could make Chicago an attractive destination for Flagg down the line. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Isn't it too early to be talking about the 2025 draft? Well, in the world of NBA front offices, it's never too early to plan for the future. And when you're dealing with a talent like Cooper Flagg, you can bet that every team in the league is already strategizing. But here's where it gets really interesting, Bulls fans. Our sources indicate that the interest might not be one-sided. Apparently, Flagg himself has expressed admiration for the Bulls franchise and its storied history. Now, we can't read too much into a young player's comments, but it's certainly intriguing. The idea of Flagg donning the iconic red and black, following in the footsteps of legends like Jordan, Pippen, and Rose, it's enough to send shivers down any Bulls fan's spine. But let's pump the brakes for a moment and consider the potential risks and challenges of pursuing Flagg so aggressively. First and foremost, there's the cost. To have any shot at landing the number 1 pick, the Bulls would likely have to gut their current roster and mortgage their future. We're talking multiple first-round picks, young talents, and possibly even fan favorites. Is the potential of one player, no matter how talented, worth that kind of sacrifice? Then there's the pressure. If the Bulls do manage to land Flagg, the expectations would be astronomical. We've seen how the weight of expectations can affect young players, even those with immense talent. Would Flagg be able to handle the pressure of being the savior of one of the NBA's most iconic franchises? And let's not forget the competition. The Bulls won't be the only team eyeing Flagg. We can expect a fierce bidding war as the draft approaches, with teams pulling out all the stops to position themselves for a shot at the young phenom. But despite these challenges, the potential reward might just be worth the risk. A player like Cooper Flagg doesn't come around often. We're talking about a prospect who could potentially change the trajectory of a franchise for the next decade or more. Or what about DeMar DeRozan? The veteran forward has been a steadying presence for the Bulls, but he's also on an expiring contract. Could the Bulls look to move him for assets that could help in their pursuit of Flagg? These are the kinds of tough decisions that the Bulls front office will have to grapple with in the coming months. But one thing's for sure, the mere fact that we're having this conversation shows just how serious the Bulls are about returning to NBA prominence. Now, let's take a moment to imagine what a Bulls team led by Cooper Flagg might look like. Picture this, Flagg, with his versatile skill set, manning the forward position. His ability to space the floor, protect the rim, and make plays for others would open up so many possibilities for the Bulls' offense. Pair him with a dynamic guard like Ayo Dosunmu or Kobe White, and you've got the makings of a potent young core. Add in some veteran leadership and complementary pieces, and suddenly the Bulls are back in the conversation as a force to be reckoned with in the Eastern Conference. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still a long way to go before the 2025 draft, and a lot can change in the NBA landscape between now and then. Injuries, unexpected breakout performances, changes in team dynamics, all of these factors could alter the Bulls' plans. And that's a wrap on this exclusive bombshell report, Bulls Nation. What do you think? Are you excited about the possibility of Cooper Flagg in a Bulls uniform? Or are you skeptical about pursuing one player so aggressively? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest Bulls news and rumors.